Hello fellow coffee botherers, in this video we're going to be comparing the DeLonghi Dedica espresso machines. The Dedica has been one of the best-selling, low-priced home espresso machines on the market for the past 10 years or so, and many home baristas have started out using the Dedica. I reviewed the original Dedica on my YouTube channel very early on in my YouTube career, and I thought it was really good for the money. So we have the Dedica Style EC685 version, which has the 2-setting Panarello steam wand, the Dedica Arte EC885, and the Dedica Maestro Plus EC950.
What's your favourite, Kev?
Let's go through the specs first. I won't read them all out for timing's sake, but feel free to pause the video and have a good gander. Dedica Style versus Dedica Arte. This is the easiest comparison. It's basically the same Dedica with different steam wands. I'm saying Dedica EC685 because there was an earlier model, the Dedica Style EC680, which didn't have the 2-setting Panarello wand. Where espresso is concerned, there's no difference. The Arte has a Pro steam wand, the Style has a Panarello wand. Other than that, they're the same machine. Usually, I'd say there's a fairly big difference. Panarello wands are easy to use, but usually give you very little control over the texture. The wand on the EC685, though, is DeLonghi's Smart Panarello wand, the best Panarello I've ever used. You'll get slightly better texture with the Pro wand on the Arte version once you've got the knack of it, but you can also get really good texture on the Panarello on the EC685, just by learning how long to leave it on the cappuccino setting before moving it to the hot milk setting. Also, you can remove the Panarello on the 685 and use that like a Pro steam wand. It's not quite as long, so it's a bit fiddly, but it's fine once you get used to it, as long as you fix the rubber pipe on with a cable tie. Maestro Plus versus the standard Dedicas. The Maestro Plus review video will pop up here at the end of this video, by the way, and this is essentially a different machine that they've put in a similar looking format to the original Dedicas. There are a couple of fairly big differences on the espresso side of things. The first being that they've given the Maestro Plus a PID. These both have adjustable brew temperatures, but they're not PID controlled, meaning there's no algorithm to keep the temperature stable, so you tend to get a range of temperatures throughout the shot. You'll still get this to a certain degree with the Maestro Plus. The PID on entry-level machines like this isn't going to give perfect temperature stability, but a machine with a PID will generally provide better temp stability than a machine without a PID. The second difference on the coffee side of things is that the Dedica Maestro comes with a standard non-pressurised portafilter with both standard and pressurised baskets. In the UK at least. Tom from Tom's Coffee Corner tells me that he received his from Germany only with pressurised baskets, but even then switching to standard baskets is just a case of getting a 51ml standard basket, as the pressurisation isn't in the portafilter itself, as it is on the standard Dedicas. It has a thermoblock heater as these do, but it's a slightly higher powered heater with a slightly faster heat up time and slightly faster steaming time. There's also a big difference where milk is concerned, as a Maestro Plus has auto steaming, like the Sage or Breville Bambino Plus. It's a no-burn steam wand, which means you can touch it without burning yourself, but also that means that it's easier to clean than the usual steam wands that end up with milk caked onto them. It'll do a great job of steaming manually if you want to do that, and it'll do an okay job of steaming automatically if you like fairly stiff foam. Personally, I don't find the auto steaming on this to be nearly as good as a Bambino Plus when it comes to microfoam. I'll link to the Maestro Plus versus Bambino Plus video in the description. If you're steaming on auto mode, you have 3 temperature settings and 3 texture settings. I'm impressed with the temperature settings, 60, 65 and 70 degrees Celsius. It seems to be really consistent where the temperatures are concerned. I'm less impressed with the texture settings. It's consistent where the texture is concerned, but for me, it's all a bit on the stiff side. If you like quite a lot of foam on your cappuccino or latte, then you'll probably like that. If you want very velvety microfoam for flat white, you'll probably want to stick to manual steaming. There's also a difference when it comes to hot water. The standard Dedicas will do hot water, the Dedica Maestro Plus won't. The Maestro Plus also has a storage compartment on the top, which is okay in theory. In practice, it can be a bit noisy, as the bits and pieces tend to rattle around in there when the pump is in use. Now let's do a few comparisons. Noise level. Heat up time. Steam ready time. Steam power. Now let's answer the obvious question, which is the best DeLonghi Dedica? The answer is, it depends. Home baristas. You're considering one of the DeLonghi Dedicas as an affordable route into the home barista hobby?
Oh, yes.
If that's the case, then given the relatively small difference in price between the Style and Arte if you shop around, it's probably worth going for the Arte, simply because it saves you having to mod the steam wand. If you're looking for the best value for money, then if you're happy to just remove the Panerello wand and put a zip tie on the rubber pipe, the Style would be the better choice. If you're happy to spend a bit more to have the PID for slightly better temperature stability, the no-burn, easier to clean steam wand, and the non-pressurised Portafilter, meaning you don't have to buy an aftermarket one, then the Maestro Plus may be the best option for you. Yes, there are other choices at this kind of price point. The Sage or Breville Bambino, Bambino Plus, Duotemp Pro all come with standard and pressurised baskets and all have a 9-bar OPV and pump-controlled low-pressure pre-infusion. The Bambino Plus also has a 3-rate solenoid and the auto frothing is capable of microfoam. But the Maestro Plus has adjustable brew temperature. All of these have fixed temperature and the Maestro Plus has a no-burn steam wand. Normal coffee drinkers. You just want a machine that's capable of making espresso, Americano, cappuccino, etc. from home. You're not looking for a hobby.
Yes.
In that case, it depends on what your main focus is. If you're mainly focused on value for money, definitely go for the Dedica Style. It's one of the best machines on the market, in my opinion, all things considered, where value for money is concerned. If you like the idea of auto steaming and you quite like a bit of foam on your cappuccino and latte, and you're happy to spend a bit more, then you might like the Maestro Plus. Really, the only main difference that I think more normal coffee drinkers would notice is that the steaming is fully automatic, while the steaming is only nearly automatic on the Style, but there's not a massive amount of difference. The 2-setting steam wand on the Dedica EC685 is nearly as hands-off as the auto frothing on the Maestro Plus. The only thing you need to do with it if you want to control the texture is to move the setting on the wand partway through to close off the air intake. Mixed use, home baristas and non-home baristas. Similarly to the Bambino Plus, which will also auto-steam milk manually or automatically, the Maestro Plus is a good choice when it comes to being used by home baristas and non-home baristas. For example, you can dial in using the standard baskets and work on perfecting your milk texture and skills with the manual steam wand, which is much harder than it looks, by the way. Your non-home barista better half can use the pressurised baskets, so they don't need to dial in and auto-steam their milk. The Style is also a good choice here at a lower price point. The only difference is you'll need to buy an aftermarket portafilter if you want to use it with standard baskets, and you'll have to use the Panerello or just remove it and use a rubber pipe as a steam wand.
Coffee Game Comment of the Week!
Asabanian 1 says, like AI, you are destroying.
I apologise if my previous responses caused any discomfort. As an AI language model, I don't have intentions or emotions, but I'm here to assist. If there's anything specific you'd like help with, feel free to ask and I'll do my best to provide useful information. Thank you very much for watching, and if, beyond you know it, clap your hands. And you think coffee is okay, and you enjoyed this video, we've got tons of content about how to make better coffee at home to take you from beginner to home barista. We've got reviews and how-tos on the most popular machines. If you like the sound of that, click on my face to subscribe. Tatty Bye!